let's roll into this restaurant to see how they make their fried egg cheeseburger. They start by washing the green leaves in the sink and covering them with ice after taking them out. Then they dry the leaves with a hand dryer and remove the bottom part of the leaves with their hands and place them separately. Then they wash the tomatoes and remove the crowns from them one after another. They cut the tomato slices with a slicer and store them in airtight containers. Afterwards, they cut slices of onion, and after washing them, they cover them with ice cubes. Now, they cut the white onions, add salt, spices, oil, water, and other ingredients. They chop them into small pieces and thoroughly mix them, then place them on the stove and cover it. After a few minutes, they check it and stir it. The mixture is then fried in a skillet as much as possible in one go. And after adding some oil, they move it to another container. They now empty a jar of yogurt and a package of tomato sauce into a container and add salt and other ingredients to make the sauce. They then whisk it and combine everything until the thick batter is ready. Then they pour the sauce into bottles. Now it's time to cut the beef. And I'm so glad they're not cutting the cheese. The excess fat is removed before the chicken is chopped into little pieces. They finally chop the beef in a meat grinder and then mix it with their hands. They roll the ground meat to make meatballs and compress them with the machine using parchment paper so it doesn't stick. And look, they've cut all the buns in half. Another set of meat is chopped and placed in airtight containers. And then they empty 4 to 5 cans of pineapple slices and place them in the refrigerator. It's time to cut the avocado. After removing the seed, they cut it into slices. Finally, they butter the hamburger buns and toast them. On the other side, they are toasting smashed meatballs on the griddle to make patties and spice them up. The egg is cracked on the griddle, and all the ingredients are added to the griddle as well. Then they sprinkle on the spices. After flipping everything, they then top the patties with cheese, grilled meat, and of course, pineapple slices. It's completely grilled now. They construct the burger by placing the sauce they made on the heel of the bun and yogurt on the crown of the bun. And in the heel, they place the patties after placing the avocado. Then they top it with green leaves, shredded cheese, onion paste, onions, and tomatoes to give it crunch. And on top, the sunny side up is placed. Now they fry potatoes to make French fries, one of my favorites. The fried egg cheeseburger is served with an ice-cold Coca-Cola and is sliced in half before serving. Now it's time for the special burgers, UFO burgers. And let me tell you, they're out of this world. They start by washing the iceberg lettuce. They've cut the tomatoes, onions, and iceberg lettuce into slices, and then they chop the meat and all of it is placed into a container. After adding corn, they mix it. Then they pour a white sauce all over it and then mix it thoroughly. Now, finely chopped beef is fried with constant stirring and blowtorched. It is stored in a container, then served in bowls. They fry the leaves and add some meat, cook them together, blowtorch them, and store them in a container. It's time to unpack the packet of buns. And after putting cheese on the heel of each bun, they top it with onion, cabbage, capsicum, and cilantro. Squeeze cream, tomato sauce, and Worcester sauce, and then the mayonnaise. Now to make the patties. The meatballs are placed in the griller and smashed. Then, after flipping, cheese slices are added on top, and then they are blowtorched. Now, they take them out, place the patties on the heel of the bun, then top it with the crown of the bun. And then the burger is placed in a UFO machine to give it the shape of a UFO, and it is then packed up. Now they're making burgers out of various chicken and vegetable mixtures they just made, again in the shape of a UFO. Look how delicious they look. You'll be in heaven if you can have them. Here's another type of burger, the spicy chicken burger for those who love chicken. They start by unpacking the packets of buns and arranging them into a container. Then burn the buns and mark their logo. It's my first time seeing something like that. They now wash the chicken to remove the excess fat from it, cut it into pieces, and place them in a container. Then they roll the lemon, cut the bottom and upper parts, and cut it in half. Then squeeze the juice out of it with the help of a squeezer. And they add milk to it. They then crack eggs into the bowl, add some spices, salt, and oil, and then pour it into the jar of milk and lemon juice and mix them with the mixer. Now they pour the mixture into the chicken and mix it thoroughly with their hands. And then this airtight container is placed in a UV refrigerator. They add red chili, salt, turmeric, and other ingredients to a container, along with some water and lemon juice. Then they empty a pack of tomato sauce, mustard, Worcestershire sauce, and oil into the same container, which is then poured into the concoction they've prepared and mix it all with the help of a mixer. Now they remove the outer layer of the carrots and cut off the bottom part. The same goes with the cabbage. Next, the onions are chopped. Then they shred the cabbage and the carrots. His hands are faster than that machine, don't you think? Then, in a container, they add mayonnaise, salt, sugar, and spices. They squeeze a lemon, whisk it, and then pour the cream into the vegetables and mix it with their hands. They now coat the chicken in corn flour before dipping it in water. They then combine it with flour so the flour adheres to it properly. They're deep frying the chicken now, and the crispy fried chicken is ready. Then they put it in the microwave for the required time. Now they apply the butter to the buns and toast them. A toasted bun is my favorite and makes a sandwich taste so much better. It's time to take the fried chicken out of the microwave. Then they add some veggies on the heel of the bun, cream and nuts on the heel and crown of the bun. Then the chicken is dipped into the sauce they prepared and placed on the heel. They top it with cheese, then blowtorch it. Sliced tomatoes, onions, and purple cabbage enriched with flavors are added. Then top it with the crown of the bun. Here, our spicy chicken burger is ready. We come to the last type of burger today, the mac and cheeseburger. Since it is a cheeseburger, the process starts with lots of cheese. They melt the cheese, and after adding flour, they mix it thoroughly. Then they empty the pack of shredded cheese into a container that is already on heat after pouring milk and dry fruits. They mix it and constantly stir it. They empty the pack of pasta into the water and leave it to boil. After a few minutes, they strain the water and place the pasta in a container. Add the cheese and mix it while heating. They constantly stir it up. Now they open canned tomatoes and empty them into a grinding jar along with green paste, chopped ginger, garlic, onions, and green chilies. After grinding them, they add spices and other ingredients, whisk them together, and the paste is ready. Then they open a packet of meat, cut out the excess fat from it, and wash it again. Now they mix the meat with the paste, pack it, vacuum seal it, and place it in a UV refrigerator. After a few minutes, they take them out, place them in water of a fixed temperature, and cover it for a few minutes. In a pot filled with water, they add some spices and leave it to boil. They then add flour to another container filled with water and whisk it. Now that the batter is ready, they pour the water they left on the stove into a grinding jar, grind it, and empty the soup into a container. They now combine this soup with the white flour paste in a bowl. Add additional flour and leave the container above the ice cubes to cool. It's time they open the pack of buns, mark their logo, and bake them. They now dip the meat in the white flour paste they produced, then in wheat flour before deep frying it all. They now deep fry the potatoes to make French fries. It's time to assemble the servings. They start with the heel of the bun and the French fries. Then squeeze and spread the buttercream on top, followed by the green veggies, chicken fried cheese, and cheesy pasta. And finally, they sprinkle the seasoning. They slice it in half and serve it. The cheeseburger looks so delicious that I can't stop drooling. Thanks for watching this video. If you'd like to see more, please click and subscribe to the channel to be notified about when our next video is posted. Bon appetit!